everybody, and welcome to episode 14 of the Ancient Coin Hour. Next to me, as always, is our Grammy Award-winning and fantastic guest or co-host, Josh Benevento. Josh, how are you doing today? Great to see you.
Doing great, Dean. I'm really happy to be here. Happy to hear some great news going on in the world of numismatics. Some good news going on in my own life. So I just got done doing some great auditions in New York City last week. And looking forward to hearing from those.
Can you give us 2 seconds of information about that? Because I feel like it's so exciting. You can't,
sure. I flew into New York, and just for three short days. I had an audition with the Metropolitan Opera. I had an audition for another company in St. Louis for a couple roles for this summer, and got to see a bunch of friends there for 2 days, and then flew back. I mean, it was really a short trip. So I go in,
and you're anxiously awaiting word on whether you'll be going back to the Mets.
Honestly, in my business, you either hear or you don't. I mean,
that's true.
There's really no in between. So you kind of just go in, you do your thing, you go home, and assess that and figure out what you can do better for next time. What went well, what didn't go well, and then move on from there.
Well, we know because it's you, it went well. So we're all rooting for you. I know that you'll be a star of the stage, and we're excited to see your next performance. I actually have to go see it. I'm just really disappointed that I haven't actually made it out to see one of your shows. Shame on me, and shame on all of our viewers who have not attended. I would definitely recommend. Josh has an incredible voice. If you haven't heard it, YouTube him. He's got some of his incredible recordings that. Josh, put a link just in case people haven't seen it.
Sure. We'll put a link in the description of the podcast. So,
but anyway, so that's amazing. And then of course we come fresh off a week at Fun, which we have so much to talk about. Obviously, we produced a lot of content during the time there. Really, it was on us, or we felt like it was important to try and connect you to all the people that maybe you wouldn't see if you weren't going. So, things like. What's it called? The Redbeard Relics and Shipwrecks and Premier Rare Coins and Shipwrecks.
Tortuga.
And Tortuga Trading and Sean Rich. In all of these amazing, even the samurai coins, which, I did not know anything about. And boy, that blew my mind.
Oh, so those are cool coins.
So just a taste of everything. And I cannot. So that being said, Josh, Give us some thoughts about what you saw there.
So thoughts about Fun. So it was Fun was very busy this year. It was our first time doing the Fun show, and from talking to other dealers, they said this year was super successful. More people came. There were lots of deals to be had. It really set a good pace for the future, for the year. This is the first big show of the year, Fun, and right after that is the New York International. And so for the few dealers that did go up to New York after this, it really set them up to have a really successful month. So it was great to see a lot of our viewers come to our table and chat with us and take some of our now they're infamous, our mints. Yeah. I mean, I think we handed out around 300 boxes of mints?
Something like that.
That's at least 300 people or families that came to our table. So I would say that's pretty successful, especially for the ancient coin business. Yeah. It was another cool thing is they had all the ancient and world coin people all in one section, which they usually do. It was kind of like toward the back. However, I felt that security was great. I thought the whole flow, the process in the morning worked out really well. I'm not sure how it was for registration for attendees, but the dealer registration this year was really simple. Some highlights were chatting with our fellow dealer friends. We were right behind Perry from Heracles Numismatics, and he's a great guy. And another couple that we were right near was Schulman BV. That's an auction house out of, I believe, the Netherlands. And they've been around since the 1880s, this auction house. And even they were there selling coins, taking consignments, talking about their next coming up auction. Thinking some other great things from it were, always getting together with Keith and Keith Candiotti and Nick Economopoulos.
Yeah.
getting together with those guys. They're
There were a lot. I mean, Aaron made an appearance. He was there
did.
briefly.
That's right.
We had Vilmar Numismatics was
Mm-hmm.
there. Let's see who else. Oh, Jim Beach or James Beach
James Beach
had
was there.
fantastic group of coins that were stellar. He actually bought one for me. I felt kind of honored. He bought a bronze for me, so I feel like I'm kind of in now that I've
Right?
sold the bronze guy a bronze. But
Educational coin was there. Tiber Numismatics was there. I'm thinking about some others.
shout out to
Gorney.
David Rifkin.
Yep. Gorney was there. Boardwalk Numismatics.
Mm-hmm.
They were there. Palmyra, he was there.
Palmyra. Yeah, we bought an Alexander from him. And just I gotta say, I mean, if I had my way, I would have, sold my kidney for a number of those coins. There was just, honestly, there's still some that I just didn't get to that are still in my mind, still in my back pocket. I'm hoping that I still get to connect to, but you can't buy them all, and you certainly can't see them all. But I would say the energy, honestly, I think, Fun really put itself on the map is really kind of a strong, very good attended show. I mean, it's a fantastic location, very easy to stay at and really get a good seat and enjoy.
There's like what 5 hotels right near the convention center.
Yeah.
Shuttle buses that drop you right off every day, pick you up in the morning. They run every half hour, so they really do a great job with this show. And this January, from talking to the other dealers, was one of the more successful ones.
Yeah. And then you got some info about some of the excitement that went on in New York, even though we were not able to attend. There's certainly some cool stuff.
So New York was, I wish we had actually had attended, but other things and situations in life come up. So, but from what I hear, New York was a great show for the dealers. For the auctions, they were very strong. The C&G Triton auction did happen. Hammers across the board were strong, I'd say. I know I lost every single one I bid on. Besides that, though, Heritage Auctions actually had a very, very successful January with the New York International. They said that they had one of their biggest ever auctions go on that month with a total hammers of 26.5 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
20. Yeah. And just from the ancient coins, the signature World and Ancient Coins auction alone brought 3.9 million. And
they put together, their signature auction. I've had friends that have put coins in those shows, and I got to tell you, I mean, talk about 10s out of 10s. I mean, it's jam packed with amazing coins, and if you can get in, because those are great versions. And then of course, with Heritage, everything comes slab, so at least you have the grade if you want it. But if you don't want it, you can free it, whatever.
So some of the highlights though for this auction was kind of really cool. They broke some records, and one of the biggest records is the highest hammer, the world record now for a Caligula Auris, sold at the Heritage auction for $600,000.
Wow!
Yeah,
Caligula.
So more than 24 bids were put into this. It's like, so I guess whoever was buying this or was building the ultimate 12 Caesars in gold set, because the Caligula that sold, it was an MS 5555 and it went for $600,000. So I thought that was pretty amazing. It might just keep going up. It could be. I mean, let's think about that. Like Caligula was, Caligula was not the most, let's say, popular.
Well, okay, so the interesting thing about Caligula is, though, they hated him so much that they wiped him from history. Romans had a way of making you disappear forever. And so he was one of those people that they wanted to get rid of. And so they made a lot of his stuff, his statues, his coins, they scratched him out. They made sure that error in that 4 years that they had him as emperor went away. So now you have these coins or anything from Caligula that's more scarce, even though he probably minted more, or he minted a lot because he had to obviously pay for a lot of the stuff he was doing. But a lot of that stuff went away because they made him go away. And that's really an interesting thing that if you think about, same with Nero, same with a lot of the guys in history that Commodus, right? I mean, obviously Commodus make him go away, and that's what they did. So yeah, that's why Caligula, although not anybody's favorite, is rare and really beautiful.
Yeah, especially this coin, and we have it up on the screen here. It's just, it's gorgeous. Yeah. There were several other coins in the auction that I saw that went pretty well too. There were actually a couple of the Ptolemaic, the octodrams, the big gold octodrams.
I know
there were two of them that went for over 100,000 each. One went for 114,000, and I believe the other one went for 120,000.
I'm assuming you're the underbidder on both of those.
Well, I mean, someone has to. Someone has to be the underbidder, but and so in addition to that, there was a beautiful Auris of Hadrian as well, and that one brought 126,000.
Wow!
Yeah.
You know what's funny is that all I hear, it's so funny, when you talk to collectors about these coins, these Aureus especially, and even the Byzantine gold, is that they used to float around real cheap. And then I think somebody kind of perked up, or people started to perk up to what they actually are. But it wasn't that long ago that they were very affordable. And Aureus, like a lot of other things, has gone up because it's desirable. I mean, who doesn't want to?
Just like any other ancient coin, I think they're all undervalued personally. And to see these prices creep up and rise could be a future. I mean, it almost feels like every year, actually, we come out of the January auction season, and every year it seems like people are saying, "Oh man, it was the strongest year ever. It's the strongest year ever. I guess the market's strong. When is the market going to crash? When is it going to go down?" And as of right now, it looks like it's still maintaining its strength and growing. Yeah. And I think that the more people that are involved into the hobby and things like that all help stimulate that and continue that to grow.
Josh, honestly,
there's been ebbs and flows throughout collecting history. Like there have been big booms in collecting, but I think we're really at a high, if not going higher right now.
Right. I was a part of the 1990, 1991 coin crush where, our baseball card period where it was insane, but we're not talking about cardboard. Right. That's different. It's different. A generation from now, nobody's going to know who Mickey Mantle was, or maybe they will a little bit. But I would say that they will probably know who Julius Caesar was. And that's really the difference to me. But anyway, that's Josh. I appreciate the lead in that. That really helps. I did want to kind of talk about last week. I actually flew to Las Vegas to do a podcast, and it's not what I would call in our normal realm of podcasts. So if I went on Aaron's podcast and I talked to him about coins, we're talking to coin collectors, right? We're talking to people who know, or maybe they've heard of Aaron Burke, or maybe they've got some mints from us in Florida and are interested in learning. What I'm trying to do is, like Josh mentioned, is try to bring some attention to something that I think is important, which is history. And so any opportunity for me, I feel like to talk about history is a fantastic venue. So I was invited because I was found on Instagram by Sean Kelly, who is a major podcast organization, I would call it, a whole team. And so they gave me the opportunity to talk about ancient coins and what I thought about them and why I think they're important. I would say that, in this instance, if people had a little bit of an upset stomach about the title of it, please keep in mind, one, we're not, I don't have any editorial discretion on what they're going to title it. Two, it's YouTube, it's Spotify, it's the title that grabs people's attention. So that being said, do I think coins are a good investment opportunity? I think so. That's why I'm in them. But, I'm not going to bank my life on you making millions of dollars. I'm not going to tell you to sell your house or anything like that. All I think, and if I'm just being honest, is that Americans don't know about ancient coins, and they just don't. And I feel like the more people we get interested, the more following we have, the more people that get involved, the better the hobby becomes. And, so that's kind of my mission. My mission is always to try to teach people about history, because I think that there's so much that repeats itself. Yeah, I made points on the podcast specifically about Marcus Crassus and how he relates to Elon Musk in current times, or how, our current government, is people are concerned about norms and are they breaking? Well, that's happened before. That's happened many times before, but we have a very detailed example around 49 to 44 BC all the way to 27 BC about what kind of transpired in that time, in that era. So we know a little bit about something. So, it behooves us to kind of share that information. So that's why I did it. I hope you guys understand. I definitely, all I want to do is share this passion that I have. So I'll be screaming as loud as I can. Everybody knows that, but it's all done with the interest of, trying to get history in people's minds and think about, how the world is bigger than just them. And, there's been so many people before us that have had so much information to share with us. And if we just kind of look, I think we'll find some of that, and that's going to be very beneficial to our lives. That's my opinion. So anyway, so the podcast is aired. I'm very happy. I thought it went pretty well. Sean was definitely excited. He's got a list of coins that he wants me to find for him. So already a collector. I have gotten some other people that are very interested in some other types too. So I'm hopeful maybe we have some new collectors and some people interested and so hopefully that all works out. I appreciate having an outlet in which I could talk a little bit about it, and hopefully get you guys a little bit of understanding what the goal is really. And it's not to make things worse; it's to make things better, and that's really the goal. So I appreciate you guys subscribing and being attentive and all that stuff, and that's really the goal. So that being said, Josh, back to you now that I've spilled the beans.
Oh no, that's all right. I mean, so we covered the podcast.
Hold on.
Yeah, what's up?
Hold on. Give your thoughts. It's okay. Just do you understand where I was going with and
absolutely. I understand that. Like, look, our goal is to just share this hobby and share this love of history with everyone. And our goal is not to build investors. I don't think our goal is to just expand the community of people who like to collect these things.
Yep.
And I think that's a worthy goal.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
Other people may take away with, well, if I buy this, maybe I'll be able to sell it later and do things like that, which is fine. Look, every collectible industry, you buy and sell. People collect, people sell their collections. Some they take a loss, some they make money. Hopefully in the end you make money. And that's really the ultimate goal. The goal is not for, if you want to invest, go to the stock market, go find your investment broker and work with them if you want to invest. But as far as ancient coins go, we want to share the love of the actual coin, the artistry, the history. And that's what drew me to ancient coins, was the history. And I think that's what's going to draw other people to those coins. Absolutely. I was first drawn to Roman coins because of the historical aspect of it. Because I was studying at the time, I was studying a role. I was playing Emperor Nero, and I did a character study, and I found ancient coins through that. And so the history is what brought me there. My love of art, my love of painting, my love of sculpture is what translated into me collecting Greek coins. Yeah. And I think that's something that everybody can hop on board with.
So many reasons to like.
So happy that you got to do this podcast, and hopefully some other big podcasts will be reaching out, bouncing off of this and keeping this momentum going forward.
Yeah, the goal is, now that I've been on one, there's kind of a circuit, and I'm hopeful that I can be on another, and just talking about ancient coins. To Josh's point, neither of us are getting rich on this. Neither of us are really, we're not really making anything, but we're doing it because we love it. and for a lot of different reasons, but we love it, and so we'll just continue to do it and try to spread the word, and hopefully you guys continue to support us and help us be successful in that mission. And if you guys have comments or compliments or negative thoughts or whatever, to share it with us. We're not we're not living within our own bubble. We would love to hear feedback always. I
mean, look, this podcast, between editing and recording, everything like that, each episode probably is around 8 to 10 hours of work. And between the subscription service for recording and equipment and things like that, this is all costs that we're putting into it, and we're not getting anything from that. We're just doing this because we love to do it.
Yeah, that's right.
That's how it started, and that's how we're going to keep on going with it.
That's right. So. That's right. But anyway, so we'll continue on after that. Josh? We have a couple of things coming up in the future. I think that are we're talking about. Today is actually our 1-year anniversary of our first video recording. And, we have obviously done a lot in 2024. We talked about 2024. What are you looking to do in 2025 that I think that will really set you going in the right direction? What do you think?
Well, I think for me personally, and as far as with my with my business goes, is I'm going to be launching my own website this year. So that's something that I'm really excited to do. And besides that, I'm really looking forward to going to more national coin shows this year. We started that trend last year, Dean and I, by doing A&A and doing the fun show. And so this year, we're both probably going to definitely be at A&A. Our plans right now are to do the fun show next January. A couple other shows that I intend on going to, and I believe Dean is on board with that as well, is going to visit the Baltimore show.
Yeah.
Going to visit the Long Beach show in California.
Yeah.
Central States show is coming up.
Yep.
In a couple months here in Schaumburg.
Hometown.
Your hometown. It's a good excuse to come. A good excuse to come visit.
That's right.
And just further doing that for this year. I mean, that's kind of my goals. What about you, Dean?
Well, I mean, if I'm being honest, I'm at a crossroads, right? I had a little change of kind of what's happening in my life. If you guys don't know, my primary job in life is I've been an operations director, VP for a lot of different companies, and that's been my primary job. And this has just kind of been a secondary job. And so the times have changed and we've moved on. And so right now I am trying to plan ahead and look towards 2025 to see if this can work out. And then, obviously try to fill any voids with that. But, I'm very optimistic about our ancient coins. I'm always optimistic about it because I feel like there's such a strong connection. But two, it's a new year. We know a lot from last year that we learned. I mean, the number of things that we tried, the number of things that we failed on, the number of things that we messed up, all of those things, we've learned from, and we've taken very good notes, and we continue to try and improve on those things. I think we're going to have a very successful 2025. I think that we'll have a bigger audience. I hope more people interested in ancient coins, more people talking about them, making them relevant. And I think that's really my primary goal. And I think that through the shows, through social media, through podcasts, and all the different areas, I think we have a great opportunity to do that. So I'm very optimistic. I did. Now that I have my office stuff at home, I did want to show you something. I did. I always carry them with me wherever I work, and so I'm going to hang them up. But there's a couple of things that I carry with me, and so this is a award that I'm very proud of. Right. And so that's always at the office and stuff like that. So I was given to me years ago when I had brown hair and stuff. And then the other one, which I also keep hung up, which I think is cool, is I have a giant James Dietz autographed picture of my unit in Karbala fighting in the war, the Operation Iraqi Freedom. And I never get them. They're always at the office. And I thought, well, I have them. I'll show them to you. But anyway, so with that being said.
Wow. I was going to say, if you give me a minute, I could show y'all something too.
Oh, let's see. Show and tell time. Uh-oh. I will keep you entertained.
My lovely wife, my lovely bride is bringing it to me.
Oh, it has been requested.
So it has been requested to prove, as you say, Grammy award winning.
I gotta see.
I don't think I've ever showed you it before.
Yeah.
So, so this would be from my Grammy.
All right, we gotta. Why can't you throw that picture up? Throw that picture up on our.
But that's it. So no gold trophy or anything. You have to buy those.
Yeah.
When you they don't just give them to you. You have to buy them. Those trophies cost like $10,000 or something like that.
Are they made out of like pure gold or something, or just
it's probably
bronze junk?
Probably bronze gilded metal or something. Probably made in China.
But they can't take it away from you. Can't take it away from you.
That's right.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Well, and we're gonna wrap this episode probably pretty quick today. No interviews or anything like that. I just thought maybe we could talk to you for a minute, let you guys know what's going on, and make sure the community understands and gets connected to what we're doing. We have interviews lined up. We have a couple of people coming on. One of our guests I'm excited about, Kyle Bolin, right? Mm-hmm. He actually went out on his own and started a Byzantine podcast, which is awesome. And so we want to support him.
It's really fun.
We want to support him, and so we'll have him on, and then we have like a number of people that are in the industry that are interested in talk to us. So we have them scheduled, and we'll have them released as soon as possible. So, Josh, you got any words of wisdom or anything you want to share?
I do.
Yes.
So this year, when you attend a coin show, make sure to bring cash.
Yes.
And don't expect the dealer to take a credit card.
No.
Because that doesn't happen.
No.
And if you have a check, unless you've been doing this for a long time and a dealer knows you, and if you're vetted, maybe then you can hand them a check. But if you go to a national coin show, always have cash with you.
Always.
Cash is king.
That is right. Yeah. And then I would agree with Josh's assessment. And certainly I know that's not everybody's favorite, but that's kind of how it works right now, but we look forward to seeing you at the next show. We look forward to spending time with you in between now and then. Thank you so much for being a part of the community. Always remember to like, subscribe. As our friends at Kings in General would say, leave a comment to sacrifice to the algorithm, to keep us going. We appreciate all your support. We look forward to 2025, and we look forward to sharing it with you. So have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much.